that should come with us. Do you say something?
To the next end. Yes, so our career stream is actually an award-winning career stream. So last year we won an award. We also had that. Just this year our library team won an award as well. So students have ongoing supports. I'm actually from the student support team. Looking after students once they have decided they would like to study with us. So I'll make sure that everyone has a very safe travel over and is in good hands whilst they're with us. Yes, so our careers team is in touch with the students from the very beginning. We have career fairs, we have recruiters coming in, and the picture as mentioned already, we do mock interviews and Q&A sessions and roundtable discussions with potential employers to kind of source the potential employees going forward. Yes, we have, I believe, really good welcome program as well for students who want to travel over to Dublin. We spent very intense 4 weeks to make sure that students settle into life in Dublin, get over some cultural differences as well, and have a smooth transition, from traveling over and getting to know other peers, because we believe that is also a big part. There's some academics are obviously one side, and then finding your place in Dublin is quite important as well. So we put a lot of emphasis on that as well. We arrange cultural workshops, obviously, different events like networking events amongst the students to know peers and so on.
Thank you. So we have from IT Carlo, Nina.
Hi, sorry, I'm Rachel. So firstly, I'd like to thank you all for coming, and to Michelle and your team for organising such a great event. It's fantastic to see so many people here on a work day. I was worried that everybody would be working, so thank you for taking the time to come down. So I think there's a lot of similarities between Sri Lanka and Ireland. We're both small island countries. We both have a reputation for being friendly and welcoming. We have a great tourism industry. And then there are some differences. At the moment, the Irish economy is really booming. We have the highest number of international workers on the island of Ireland of any EU country. Ireland is identified as the IT capital, or the Silicon Island of Europe. So there are lots and lots of opportunities for your young people to come to Ireland, to get their higher education, and to stay and to be successful in the jobs market. Students in a number of different countries. So I know that when you choose your education abroad, you increase your employment value, whether you decide to stay in that country or whether you decide to come back home, or indeed to move somewhere else. Choosing an international education develops you in a way that there's very little else that does that for you. So personally, I can highly recommend that anybody choose an international education first and foremost. IT Carlo is a small institute. We have about 4,000 students studying full-time at both bachelor and master's level. The history of the Institute of Technology versus the university in Ireland is that there has always been a very big focus in an Institute of Technology on preparing graduates for the workplace. In order to prepare graduates for the workplace, you need to include a high practical content. There is no job in the world where people go to work and sit down and read and take exams. That's not how the world works. So if you want to prepare people for work, you need to actually have them doing the work that they will eventually do one day in their career. In order to facilitate this, we have an extremely well kitted out campus. In order to allow all students to have equal access to this equipment, what we need are small class sizes, and that's what you will get at IT Carlo. So I've just been counseling this young lady over here who's interested in a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology Management. We will only take 15 students onto this program this September. So the students will have a very close relationship with their lecturers. They will have a lot of time spent in the lab, hands-on practice. Everything will be in English. We usually on undergraduate programs have a divide of about 20 to 80 in terms of international domestic. So students get a really Irish experience. We understand that if you're choosing an international program, then you want an international experience. So yes, small class sizes, high practical content, close relationship with the faculty who are teaching you. And then Carlow is a very small town as well. There are more students in some of Ireland's big universities than there are people living in our town. So the local community are very involved in supporting the students, providing accommodation for them. That's where they get their part-time jobs. You know, there's a lot of life in the town which is, you know, generated by the international students. And many of the domestic students who are studying at IT Carlow, by domestic I mean Irish, are not from Carlow town. They're driving in and out every day. So it's the international students who are living there, it's the international students who really are the lifeblood of the town. What else can I tell you? So we specialize in engineering, in IT, and in science. The Irish pharmaceutical manufacturing industry is worth 5 billion euros a year. Our graduate engineers, our science graduates, that's where they go to work. The average graduate salary for an engineer in Ireland is 35,000 euros a year. If I could go back and choose again, I would certainly be choosing engineering or IT and not this job.
What is the most demanding one as of present?
In terms of jobs?
The
Courses. Well, you know, our courses fill every year because the numbers are small.
Comparatively, what is the most demanding?
The most demanding or the most in demand? Sorry, I'm just not sure. Do you mean the most difficult for students to qualify in or the one that students want to do?
The most difficult.
The most difficult are definitely the IT programs, most definitely. You know, IT programs have a high mathematical content because there's a high level of practical work as well. You know, students have to be very clued in, they have to do a lot of work, they have to commit themselves fully to their education while they're there. You know, we don't necessarily recommend that a master's student, for example, will go working part-time. The Irish Masters is a one-year program, yeah? So it's 12 months of lecture and exam from September to June, and then they write a dissertation or an extended project during the summer months. If you complete a higher bachelor degree, which takes 4 years, you can stay in Ireland for 1 year of international work experience. And if you complete a master's degree, which is a 1-year program, you stay in Ireland for 2 years of international work experience. So Ireland has great options, the institutes have great options, everybody has their own little niches. You know, IT Carlow was the first institute to bring computer games development into the academic space. That was 15 years ago. Last year we were the first institute to bring brewing and distilling into the academic space. You know, so we like to find where the shortage is in the market of employment and then to develop a course around that. So I like to call us the Institute of Niches or the Institute of Firsts. So yeah, we're also chosen by Irish students for our sporting excellence. We have intervarsity titles across the board in almost all sports except netball, which my friend is an excellent player of. Netball is not a sport that we play in Ireland. So if you're an undergraduate or if you know an undergraduate who wants to study and get a high quality of education and also have a really well-rounded experience in terms of, you know, sport, entertainment, you know, IT Carlow is a really good choice. I could keep talking for the next hour, but I'm going to stop so that we can move on to one of my colleagues. So thanks again for coming and thanks for listening.
Thanks. So we have Limerick Institute of Technology, Mr. Talkie.
So I think that these three colleges have explained you a lot about Ireland, so I will speak about Limerick only. So we are just like 2 hours from Dublin by bus, and Limerick is the third largest city of Ireland. So strength of the students in my college is 7,000, and we are also famous for small class sizes. So lots of practical knowledge for the students, and 96% of my bachelor students do get placed, and we have job fairs also, or they are coming back to do master's program. So Limerick is very affordable. Okay, so living cost is less in comparison to Dublin and Cork. So 50% less in comparison to Dublin and 20% less in comparison to Cork. So it's a very young city. So average age of Limerick is just 35, less than 35, and the fees is very affordable. For the masters is 11,250. For the higher diploma program is 10,750, and for our bachelor's program is 10 to 50. We will give scholarship of €1,000 to students whose scores are more than 70%, and we also give early payment discounts. If students do pay their 1-year fees, then they can also get discount of €1,000. So the degrees are also globally recognized. We have all kind of programs. Either student want to study a business program or engineering or arts and design. So the basic the program which are in very high demand in India market is quantity surveying, a master's program, and digital marketing is doing very good for us. Then high diploma in business management, digital marketing, and then sports strength and conditioning program. So like they have told you, with all the programs with bachelor's and high diploma, we will give post-study work visa of 1 year, with master's is 2 years. So with my experience, my students are doing well in Limerick itself, part-time jobs also and full-time job also. So lots of opportunity in Limerick itself. So the best thing, like it's very affordable. So student can manage their studies as well as their living expense on their own. Yeah, thank you.
So we have Mr. Suraj. He's from Bismarck, which is located in Germany.
Hi, good morning. My name is Suraj Rana. I represent GISMA Business School. GISMA was started way back in 2003, so we are a pretty old institution now. And we have 3 campuses in Germany. One is in Berlin, one is in Hanover, and the third one is in Hamburg. We offer pure business courses at both bachelor's and master's level. Courses range from business marketing, business tourism, international business management, digital marketing, digital sales, cybersecurity, IT security management, human resources management, healthcare management. So we have a wide variety of programs that are available for students to choose from. The fees ranges at bachelor's level. It's starts from around 1.4 million Sri Lankan per year, and for masters, all our courses are 1 year, and that's around 12,000 euros or 2.4 million. Eligibility starts from, so Germany as a country is very accepting. The visa process is a bit longer, but we are very accommodative. We do not put restriction on the age of the student, the study gap, or the number of years since a gap, for example, 2-3 years of gap doesn't matter. We have students in class age 54, 51, 44, 41. So that doesn't matter. We have students who have already had multiple master's degree, even students with PhD degrees who wanted a new opportunity or wanted to change their career, wanted to get a new career, or want to get into marketing, or let's say in business. So Germany as a country has been very accepting of those students. So all of those students have their visas now. And a common myth is that if you want to go to Germany, you need to know German language. That is not that is not correct. So all of our programs are taught in English language, and students do not require German certification even for their visa purpose. In terms of English language proficiency, we do have options wherein English exam waiver can be offered to student basis if they have studied their bachelor's degree or the A levels in English language. So we do offer that. In terms of part-time, full-time work, Germany has a lot of jobs. I have students who are currently studying and earning anywhere between 600 euros to 2,200 euros per month in working part-time, depending on the experience they previously have. And in terms of full-time jobs, the starting salary will be anywhere between 35,000 to 50,000 euros, depending on their previous experience. Yeah, so that should be it about Germany. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thanks, Mr. Suraj. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask.
කියනකො මේරිලෑන්ඩ් එකෙන් ඔයගලන්ගේ ආයතනයෙන් මොනවාද දෙන ෆැසිලිටිස් සහ
Okay, so අපි ආයතනයෙන් mainly දෙන්නේ student කෙනෙක් අපි office එකට ආවහම අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ profile එක බලලා ඒගොල්ලන්ට හරියන suit වෙන program එකක් තෝරලා දෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ තියෙන finance background එක අනුව. මොකද වෙන රටක ගොඩාක් study කරනවා නම් අපි අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මුදලක් ඒකට යොමු කරන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් එතනදී ස්ටඩි ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකයි යුනිවර්සිටි එකයි ළමයාගේ පේරන්ට්ස්ට කතා කරලා කීයක් වියදම් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියන එක තමයි ඔය හැම දෙයකම වැඩි වැදගත් වෙන්නේ. ඉතින් මොකද ගවර්න්මන්ට් යුනිවර්සිටිස් තියෙනවා, ගවර්න්මන්ට් යුනිවර්සිටිස් වල ස්කෝලර්ෂිප්ස් තියෙනවා. සෝ ඒ වගේ ස්කෝලර්ෂිප් එකක් ගන්න නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම බැචලර් ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක්ට නම් A levels ඔක්කොම සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් පාස් වෙලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. හොඳ රිසල්ට් ස්කෝර් එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඊට අමතරව IELTS 6.5 වලට වැඩි වගේ තියෙනවා නම් ස්ටේට් යුනිවර්සිටිස් වලට ගොඩක් ස්පෙෂලි අපි actually Maryland Consultancy අපේ කම්පැනි එක we are specialized in Europe. එහෙම හඳුන්වලා දුන්නොත් ගොඩක් හොඳයි. අපි ඒ වගේම අනෙක් countries එක කරනවා, Canada, Australia, New Zealand වගේ. But we prefer අපිව හඳුන්වලා දුන්නොත් we are specialized in Europe. එතකොට ස්ටේට් යුනිවර්සිටි එකට apply කරන්න පුළුවන් ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් අට හොඳ ස්කෝර් එකක් තියෙනවා. So master program එකකට වගේ යනවා නම් bachelor GPA එක more than second upper එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒ එකම IELTS program එක තියෙනවා නම් ඒගොල්ලන්ට scholarship එකකට apply කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට අමතරව සාමාන්‍යයෙන් minimum ලක්ෂ 15ක්වත් course fee එක යනවා සාමාන්‍ය higher studies කරන්න යනවා නම්. මලේසියා වගේ යනවා නම් ලක්ෂ 10ක් 12ක් අතර වගේ යනවා හොඳ යුනිවර්සිටි එකකට යනවා නම්. කියන්නේ සෙඩි යුනිවර්සිටි දෙන් මහාසා ඒ වගේ යුනිවර්සිටිස් තියෙනවා. අපි යුරෝප් ගත්තොත් ලක්ෂ 15න් තමයි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් හැම ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකම ස්ටාර්ට් කරන්නේ. So ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් ආවම අපි ඒගොල්ලෝගේ ප්‍රොෆයිල් එක ස්ක්‍රීන් කරලා ඒගොල්ලන්ට යුනිවර්සිටි එකක් හොයලා දීලා and then ඒගොල්ලෝගේ වීසා එකේ වැඩ කටයුතු අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඒගොල්ලන්ට කරලා දෙනවා. So මේක තමයි අපි mainly ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් වලට වෙන්නේ.
Do you advise students the area they are have to cover, like according to their results?
Yes, so that's what we call the profile.